people are actually loyal to Nitra. They not gonna say anything on the
Baw'dhead.
forefront. Just gonna go on their separate ways. So that $1 million question that you just asked Auntie Glock is gonna be there until somebody actually put it on the floor. And I think that was LT's purpose this morning was to just go ahead and put it on the floor. Like, okay, fuck it, I'll do it. They
I don't think
already
nobody pressing Jess. Y'all, and they ain't gonna get nothing out of Jess. I don't believe she'll do it. Yeah.
So either, but it
Whatever
says
happen,
enough
y'all
for
make
her to
sure
go
y'all come
to.
stand for me. They ain't gonna
Okay.
get nothing out of her. Nothing.
nope.
But I mean, it says enough for her to go to AJ. And you know,
Which
everybody
is the
knows they got
reason
to
why I
stand
got
between each
kicked
other.
out. Is because I was hanging out of the ops. Think
Exactly.
about it. Think about it.
Don't fly past that Dizzy. What you mean? She ain't gonna not. Well, she ain't gonna do it because what? Tell us. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Glock. For coming to my new show, Old Hoes Recapping.
You got the corn cartel.
I'm not playing with you.
I'm joking.
What that screen say up there? We are the cartel, but right now I'm doing some sideline work. Old Hoes Recapping.
So y'all, what
Hoes
this
with an S because the other one don't want to act right now. I'm
Lucy
trying to
up
make her
here,
proud.
Lucy
I'm
old
taking
hoe,
notes. I'm asking the right
I'm just
questions, but
listening.
she
I'm
just don't
just
want to.
listening.
Okay, calm down,
Lucy,
Clark.
Lucy
Let
old
me take
hoe.
my
She can
diary.
talk. But let me say this, y'all. What's happening right now is it's mad day. Everybody mad at Miss Nitra. It's be mad at Miss Nitra time. So a lot of people are gonna look at it like, you know what I'm saying, like it's a dog pile on her because whatever's happened have been happening according to the people that's bringing it out. Now I'm playing devil's advocate. So according to everybody that's brought out something about Miss Nitra's crew, this has been happening. So what made y'all decide to do it now versus when it happened? And if it was wrong then, why is it just now wrong to y'all now? That's my question.
Because at a certain point you get tired. Knocked off. Okay. At the bowling alley, when you go, the object is to knock down all those damn pins, right? You done knocked off all your pins. They tied. It's just that simple. People are recognizing pattern behavior, repetition. So if you got mistreated or you have any kind of slighted feelings about what you're seeing and what's going on, you're gonna sit back and you're gonna observe it until you finally have to take a stand and say, you know what, either A, I agree with this shit, or B, all this happening right now, Captain. In hindsight, and this is just
People were shocked, but I can't tell you did one of the things that I asked us not to do, and it happened.
Spoke to him since.
No,
Oh. Because I remember that falling out. You told him plainly, don't go up on panels on your corn pages, and he kept doing it. Because you know you will get the backlash.
yeah, I was getting all kind of I was getting all kind of DMs. I was in the hospital for 2 days, and when I got out and came back to TikTok, it was a mess. I had death threats, all kind of crap, because he decided to go out here and threaten these women. I can't remember if it was some men too, but I think it was.
And
Yeah.
because I
No,
came
I
out and
was
seen
meant. No,
that
I was meant to because I
page.
remember Kev and Rick caught it. They caught it too. It was meant to.
it was. And
Yeah.
but the thing is, like you said, Auntie Glock, you never made one more potent than the other, right?
Right.
In this situation, there's a lot of favoritism, and that's what I started seeing a long period ago last year, right? I started clocking the favoritism, and that's really what it just built up. They started watching how I move. They started, you know what I'm saying? Because Nitra has set new rules. Okay, well, this is what we gonna do. When you come up in my boxes, you gotta be cammed up. When you come up in my boxes, you gotta do this. When you come up in my boxes, you gotta do that, right? X, Y, Z, whatever. I started calling this shit out. Okay, well, why is Coco and Quay sitting up in these boxes and they not on camera? Why is so and so sitting up in this box and they not doing nothing? See, that's that favoritism. So when I started calling it out, they started watching how I move. Oh
Wait
yeah,
a
she
minute.
been.
So when you said you called it out, did you go to Nitra directly and tell her your
I
concern?
did. I was in the comments and I was in the panel. This is
How you know
favoritism,
she saw it?
huh?
In the comments.
I'm
No,
sorry.
she said she was in both. She was
Oh,
in the
okay, okay,
conference as well.
okay.
Yeah, I did both. I was clocking it and calling it out, and other comment cousins was like, "You better stop. They gonna get you." No, I'm not gonna stop because that's not right. So then the people that I was calling out was saying, "Well, she already know our situations and what we doing. We don't have to cam up." Then they started using the gingerbread. See, if you're gonna put the shit on the floor, go ahead and put it on the floor in its entirety, LT, and everybody else. If you're gonna open the doors, walk through that motherfucker, right? So let me just put it out there. I started calling it out, and from the moment I started calling it out,
Thank
I knew
y'all.
they was watching. I knew they was watching. But I let the shit play out. I let it ride. We kept moving forward. I still showed, what I'm saying, what I felt like was loyalty. I'm still here. I'm still tapping. No, I'm not the supporter who can just throw you all my coins. Hell, I was fighting for my children. I got 3 kids. I got bills, right? So no, I can't sit here like everybody else and just throw my whole check away on TikTok. I can't do that. I gotta buy groceries. I gotta make sure
Right.
my
I
insurance
get
is
that.
paid.
But did Miss Nietzsche ever call you out for not gifting enough?
Did she ever call me out for not gifting enough?
Yeah, did she ever come to you about your gift amount?
No, she did.
Okay.
But
Okay, so that's just you just felt like it was like a minimum gift amount that should be given from what everybody else is doing.
I felt like I didn't get the recognition or the attention because yes, I was not doing what everybody else was doing. Yes, absolutely.
When you when you say attention, what type of attention
Because
do you
I
think you
would
should?
go in, I would go in like, okay, so here's what made the difference for me in some of these spaces. And I'm just using it for an example. For an example, I go to the bando. Kid the comic immediately recognizes. See, when I go in anybody's room, even when I come in your room, I say like I had to backtrack this morning. I didn't say good morning when I first came up. That was my fault. I actually just rolled over. But when I go in anybody's space, the first thing I say is hey to the host, and then my next comment is hey to the what I'm saying, to the cousins, right? Whatever
Mm-hmm.
your room is, that's what it is. So I go to what I'm saying, I go to Black Diamonds. Good morning, Black Diamonds, right? Immediately I say good morning, Mafia. Those people know exactly who Blue is, for an example. If I come to your space, Kappa, you're going to know exactly who I am because I'm going to acknowledge your presence first. I came into your house. See, my mom and my
Right.
aunties and big mamas taught me respect. When I step in your house or if I see you in the street, I speak. Whether I wave my hand or
Mm-hmm.
I open my mouth, right? It's common courtesy.
Right.
It's cordial. It's respect. Period.
Now you know everybody platform ran differently. So for me, for example, I don't barely read the comments, but my people know that I don't read the comments. So
Okay,
when somebody
stop.
come in and they
Pause.
speak,
Listen to what you
hold
said.
on.
Your people respond. So if I come in your
My
space,
people will speak for me. Right.
but that's okay. Because guess what then happens? Even though you busy and you running the show, right? Your people acknowledge my presence in your kingdom.
Okay.
You get it? When you go over to your auntie house, right? You go over there,
Mm-hmm.
even though you don't see her up front because she in the kitchen, right? When you first
Mm-hmm.
walk through her door, whoever's sitting in her living room, where that front door is at, what they do? Hey,
They gotta
couch.
speak.
Okay then.
Right. You gotta speak. They gotta
It,
speak. Everybody gonna speak.
okay then. So that means Uncle John saw you when you walked in, right? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay then. I'll take it. I'll cash out for 200 on that one.
So you would go over to a space that you considered was a cool space, and people weren't acknowledging you.
Right. And then hold on,
Okay.
let me put the icing on it for you. But you sit and you say, "Oh, I know everybody that come in here. I read my comments every day. I know all of my silent supporters. I know who do what. I know who don't do what." Arrogance. But yet seems
Let me ask
little
you
old me,
something.
I was still going.
Let me ask you something. Do you think you and Nitra can sit down and have a conversation?
No, because I tried that. I did that already on the back
No,
end.
no, I'm
The
asking you
first
right now
time.
today. I ask you right now today if that lady come in this room and she said, "No, let's talk about it right now." Are you willing to have that conversation with her?
And I can say in front of everybody, I'm woman enough, I'm cordial enough, and I'm grown enough. I can listen to hear her out. But to move forward with a friendship, no.
Okay, that's
Because the
fair.
fact that you embarrassed me like that, the fact that you drugged me like that, and it wasn't warranted, I can't fool with you. The fact that in my heart of hearts, I stood for you for the past 3 years, because Nitra, truly, you get ready to be in your fourth year. The fact that I stood with you in the pain, in the storms, in the everything, and I never opened my mouth to speak back, and I still ain't speaking bad on you. If you pay me any attention, I ain't speaking bad on you. I'm speaking bad on some of your people who are representations of you. Now, if you don't like your representation, that's your fault. That ain't my fault. McDonald's don't like their employees, they fire their ass. Point blank in the period.
So you basically saying you ain't kissing no ass, and it's not Nitra that's the problem, it's the people.
It's the people. I don't have
Right, I
no. Let
agree.
me make it clear for
Cause I love
everybody.
me some Nitra, but
Blue
it's
does
the
not
people
have.
that she be around. Mm-mm.
Okay, let me make it clear for all 117 people in here though. Blue never has and does not have a problem with Sinitra Evans,
Don't be calling
aka
her
Miss
that.
Nitra. I don't have no problems with that lady. I love that lady damn. Still do. But I'm only gonna go where I'm celebrated and I'm tolerated. I'm not gonna go where I'm not welcomed or wanted. Period.
You know, Kappa, this sounds like that whole transactional analysis stuff, positive and negative strokes. People feel like they're getting, a positive or a negative stroke.
Yeah, I feel like, so like, this is the way I look at it. When I go over and I support somebody, me myself personally, I look at it differently because I'm both a live creator and a comment cousin. But when I go over and support somebody, I think it's just what it is. You on live, I'm over here laughing and giggling, whatever, whatnot. I don't believe that we owe anybody any allegiance whatsoever. However, there are people that feel as though if they support you, it's quid pro quo. And if I support you, then you should support me as well as you should acknowledge me. So I'm not diminishing what you're saying at all, Blue. I'm not saying you don't have a right to feel the way you feel or none of that. But what I'm saying is sometimes as a live creator, that ain't the focus. Like people don't even be knowing that because I've had people say that, Cap, I came in and I spoke to you and you didn't say nothing. So my people had to tell people in the comment section,
Yep.
Cap don't read the comments when she's live. I don't, because I want to
I'm
stay.
hardly ever in front of the screen, so I'm sorry to cut you off, Cap, but I've been hit by people. I come through and I support her. I come in and speak. She doesn't say nothing, doesn't acknowledge me. I got a bad habit. Anybody that knows me, I don't be in front of the screen. That's why I don't be on the camera. I will mute my mic and be over there sweeping.
Yeah.
It's just,
And King will tell them too. King read the comments. I don't read the comments, but King will tell them, hey, Cap don't read them comments. So it ain't that I'm not speaking to you or not acknowledging you. It's just the fact that I just don't look at the comments. And so you cannot, you open up a live and you got 800,000, 1,500 people in there. You're not going to know who all those people are. You're not going to know who's coming in and out. You just not, you know what I'm saying? So I think as far as Ms. Nietzsche go, if you can express to her how you felt, that might dead a lot of this. That might stop a lot of this. If people could just go to her and tell her how they felt. But at the same time, if she got people over there that's presenting things one way and it's not that way, then it might be hard to actually, get to her and explain how you felt. The other thing is, y'all, this is a money making app. Okay. People are here, creators are here, some of them to make money. And so at the end of the day, when it come down to money, when it come down to movement and shake, it don't matter how somebody feel because they're gonna get theirs. We just literally sat here and listened to Tea Time justify Barb being threatened by a man. Because at the end of the day, when you need content, you're gonna
period.
get your shake.
Period.
You're gonna get your money. You're gonna do what you gotta do. So I think with Ms. Nietzsche though, we need to go into this, and I'm gonna land my plane. Listen to me, everybody that's a comment cousin. Listen to me. Your favorite creator do not feel the same way about you that you feel about them. Hear me out and understand what I said. Okay? Your favorite creator do not necessarily feel the same way about you as you may feel about them. It's one of you and 1,500. It's one of you to you. You know, you're the only person and that creator in your mind. But there's 1,500 people vying for that one person's attention. 250 people. I show Glock my live. 9,400 people came in there, y'all. I don't know who came in my live. I don't know who was watching on the outside. I don't know none of that. When I get off the live, the only ones that I know I'm finna interact with after the live is gonna be Glock, King, and my llamas. I know that. That come up anytime they want in my box, right? So keep that in mind when you're building these relationships up. Sometimes we might build them up a little bit more on our side, thinking that that person may feel the same way about you that you feel about them. It ain't nothing wrong with having a favorite creator. It ain't nothing wrong with supplying that that creator might not feel the same way. Hence, you setting that creator up, and we've seen this with Little Touch. I just want to touch your deity as a god. And then when that creator show you that they're human and they're going to make human mistakes and do human shit, then now you're mad because they did what humans do, which is disappoint. So don't set nobody up for failure. Just understand this is you. This is your life. I like the way Blue said that. Hey, I can't send my whole check. I got to feed my kids. I got to do this. I want y'all to be realistic when it comes to these creators. I am a human. Glock, King, everybody in this box, Lucy, all these people that go live and get these bits, they all human. So therefore, at the end of the day, they ain't nothing but you, but sitting in front of a phone or a camera or whatever. They don't get no more shake than a grocer or butcher. You ain't finna try to build no personal relationship with your grocer or your butcher. You might like them, but you ain't gonna try to get interpersonal with them, right? You're gonna treat it professional. That's how you need to treat these creators. Treat it on a professional level. Hey, I come over here, you give me